Howdy Internet! So today I'm going to be reacting to Jujutsu no Kaisen and trying to guess what the heck it's about. So basically this is a series where I take an anime that I have never seen before and try to guess things about it, judging it from the most important things in anime, its opening, and some memes. Now I've already done this with 3 other shows now, Mob Psycho 100, Demon Slayer, and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, so if those also might be of interest to you, you can watch them. So how I do this is that I go through 5 different things that relate to the show and then try to guess what the heck it's about. So I first start off with the title, what I already know, and then of course head into the opening and then react to some memes, and then of course have a conclusion of where I try to guess what the heck it's about. This would be me trying to guess different aspects of the plot, main characters, the power system, what's going on, who the different characters are, and things like that. So let's go ahead and get started. So the title, Jujutsu, I think is also Jujutsu, which I know is like a type of martial art. Pow! Maybe there is, like, I feel like that'd be weird if there's not some kind of martial art aspect going on, but I guess it's probably a shonen action anime, I would assume, but I don't know if they are formally doing jujitsu or if there's just a lot of martial art inspired fighting going on. So that'd be interesting if there was some fighting, and especially if it's inspired by or based off of jujitsu or some type of martial art formally. But I don't know what Kaisen means in Japanese, so I have no idea. I don't know if that would be even helpful if I did know. Okay, so on to what I already know about the show, which isn't a lot. I do think I've seen parts of the first closing, or whichever one it is where he's like sitting on a train or something like that. The pink red-haired guy. But I think that's all I've really seen of the actual show, and I only watched like a little bit of it till I, clicked on something else. What do I already know? Oh, one of my friends who also watches anime told me that the guy eats fingers, and so that seemed to be right up my alley. So I do think I would like the show if I watched it, just from a guess. The art style seems interesting, and I guess it is probably a shonen or seinen anime, so yeah, I probably would like it, maybe. So yeah, he eats fingers. I think I do know, and I've heard before, that or kind of caught on that there's like a demon or some evil thing inside of the pink-haired guy. I think there's some other second being inside of him, which I don't know if he's always known about this or if it's like a second personality, but I do think like when he has the marks on himself, and I think he has eyes on him, right? He has eyes more than just his 2, I don't know. Yeah, so there's something going on with the pink-haired guy, but other than that, I don't think I really know anything else about the show. I don't know the premise. I don't know what kind of world they live in. If it's kind of like Death Note where everybody's normal, but oh, there's also these like gods chilling around and everyone just has kind of existed without knowing about them. Or like Bleach where there's like hollows and stuff, but normal human people aren't aware of them until like Ichigo is able to see stuff and then he realizes all this other stuff's going on. Anyway. But yeah, I think that's what I pretty much know about the show. I know there's like a dark blue-haired bro, so honestly this is starting to sound a little like fairy tale, but maybe more emo. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all I know about the show already. I think there's probably a female friend in there or something like that, but yeah. Okay, so we're gonna move on to the main event, and I'm gonna watch the first opening and try to react to it and try to guess things about the show just from the first opening. Oh, this is him on the bus. Bus, train. Oh, Jujutsu Kaisen. There's no no in there, I guess. There's Gray. And that's Lucy. Oh, this has like Go-Go or Gojo, who has the pretty eyes or something, right? Oh wow, there's hidden monsters. Okay. Oh, and I think with this guy, he doesn't actually have... Okay. This is a bop. That's catchy. I know the Gojo guy wears that for no good reason. Okay, that's probably the evil dude. I think I've seen a picture of him before. The panda! That's cool. This is grandpa or something telling him about these creatures in the world. Okay, there's a finger. Okay, interesting. Okay, so this is the show with the Go-Go or Gojo guy who is the Daijoubu desho datte kimi yowaimon line, which I've heard that. Okay, so I guess with the Gojo guy, I've heard... Is it literally that he's too pretty and that's why he doesn't show his whole face or his eyes or something? I don't know. So yeah, I guess there are evil creatures lurking around, and do they literally need glasses to see them? I don't know how I feel about that, if that is the case. Yeah, that did seem really interesting, you know, some action in there. Was as grandpa in the hospital bed? I don't know, but like, is it one of those things where like the wise family member also knows about this stuff and then tells the younger teenage boy about it, and then he gets involved and becomes a fighter and, you know, the greatest or whatnot? Interesting. Like, I wonder what their powers are. The guy with the mouth thing seemed interesting. Like, and he was covering up his mouth. So that would seem cool if the Gojo guy, which I only know his name from, like, the soap dispenser company thing. Yeah, so that sounds interesting. So let's move on to some memes and see if I can guess what else might be going on in the show. Okay, so just going into Google Images and typing in Jujutsu Kaisen. Not Jujutsu no Kaisen, because I can't read Japanese apparently. Okay, thank you for saving my life. You're welcome. Is this literally like the light brown, strawberry blonde haired girl actually saved his life? This is also under the title of 10 hilarious Jujutsu Kaisen memes that only fans will understand. We'll see how well I do. Okay, what's this? I'll turn my sister back into a human. I want to be the greatest hero. I want to be the strongest Hokage. We'll make you eat lots of gross dried fingers, then kill you. Okay. So is it like some monster possesses him or something? One of those yucky looking monsters coming about, and then the Gojo guy is like, sorry bud, you might be a normal person, but now that you're involved and this monster's here, we're just gonna have to kill you because of it. Sucks to be you. I think this one's just funny. I don't think it really has anything to do with the plot probably, but you know, that's humorous. Okay, so he has all those markings on him, so I guess that's the bad spirit monster thing. I'd be really interested to figure out what the heck that is, because you kind of see these like monsters through the glasses in the opening. So is this like a monster like that possesses people, or is this like some OP guy that can possess people but all the other monsters can't? Okay, well, I guess yes, it's confirmed that this show has monsters in it. Woohoo. Okay, yeah. So is the panda, like, legitimately a panda? Because that seems cool. I also like the art style for the panda. Like, he's not really cartoonified. He looks pretty realistic for, like, animation. Like, they didn't give him, like, cartoonified eyes or anything like that. Does that make sense? He looks realistic. Okay. Yeah, I think I've seen the like guy with stitches or like scars. I've seen him on like TikToks before. Yeehaw, Kentucky. Is it bad if I don't know what that bottom right anime is? Whoops. Okay, Sasuke but friendly. Nice. Kakashi with both eyes covered, and Naruto with the third Hokage as grandfather. Okay, so the guy in the hospital bed probably was his grandfather. Okay, interesting, interesting. Sasuke, not Gray, I guess. Less depressed Naruto and upside down Kakashi. Okay, so this is probably gonna explain some of the plot pretty well, I guess. There's a super important life-threatening cursed object. We experience Jujutsu sorcerers. We're sitting here to find him. He ate what? So I'm confused on what that is, but that's interesting. So Jujutsu, like, is this gonna be like... I feel like I've seen like finger gestures, hand gestures, or signs with this show. Maybe I'm just getting it confused with Naruto. Anyway, yeah, I feel like half of these memes are just comparing it to Naruto, so yeehaw. I also feel like this meme doesn't really give me any information about the show, as in terms of the plot, but seems interesting. So, is it like the markings signify the monster, creature, demon, or whatever? Is it also where his mouths open up from? I don't know. This seems interesting. I have almost no idea who any of these people are. Seems like you got the bad guy in the top left. Again, I think the panda guy's funny. I want to know what's up with the panda guy. I guess he's just a panda living his life. I want to know what's behind the panda. I don't know what this means either, but maybe some Jujutsu Kaisen fans might like it, so yeehaw. But yeah, okay, it seems pretty interesting. The memes also seem funny, so that's always good. Okay, so now on to the conclusion. Other people might call it Sasuke and Sakura, but I'm gonna call them Gray and Lucy and Natsu. Yeah, it seems like Natsu did a no-no. There's someone named Negumi. That might be the Natsu guy. I don't know. Okay, so the Natsu guy apparently ate something bad and he's cursed, so maybe that's how the evil guy got in him. I think it'd be really interesting to see in the show how they handle if it's like he's occasionally possessed or something, if he's hanging out with his friends like Gray and Lucy, like how they handle if he's switching back and forth like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde kind of situation, or is it like he's split off? I feel like he's in the same body. So I guess all the eyes, the mouths, that seems interesting, so that seems cool. Yeah, I have no idea about his friends, like what kind of powers they have. Like I said, the mouth guy in the intro seemed really cool. I'd be interested to see what his power is. I guess also, I was able to do this with Bungo Stray Dogs, where I kind of had a character that just stood out to me, which was Akutagawa, like before I ever actually watched the show. But I don't know if any of them really stand out to me. Maybe the mouth guy, just because like I'd be intrigued to see what his power is. I don't know if he'd end up being my favorite character because like I feel like I don't know enough about him at all. But yeah, so interesting show. And all the monsters seem cool. I wonder what the motivation for the villains is. Like, are they just trying to take over the world, or do they actually have something more complex and thought out in mind? Are they just like, oh, we're evil and we have a bunch of monsters, we're gonna take over the human race? Or if it's a little deeper than that. So I think that'd be interesting to see watching it. Yeah, and then I guess I'd assume the Gojo guy is like their mentor. Yeah, so I think it sounds like a pretty interesting show. But yeah, I have no idea what the power system would be. I don't even know what the Gojo guy's power is. Yeah, so I think it'd be interesting to know the other two characters' backstory, like his two friends, to see how they also got involved in this, but it almost seems like the main character accidentally ate something, and then probably having his grandfather also involved in everything probably also kind of brought him into this world of knowing about these creatures. Yeah, I really hope it's not like they have to wear glasses to figure out these monsters are around. I hope that was just maybe just for the intro. But yeah, seems like a really cool show, and I do think I'd be interested in it. I think it'd be interesting to know a little bit more about the main characters, and I think it'd be interesting figuring out kind of what their backstories are and how they got involved in the situation that's going on in the story, as well as what is going on in the story. What are these monsters? What are these cursed objects? Where did they come from? Like, are they supposed to have always been there, or is there some magic kind of thing going on? And maybe how his grandfather had been involved, maybe during his younger years, or if this was something that didn't happen to him till he was older anyway, or if it had been something he was involved in since he was a teenager or a young man. Yeah, so at least as a reaction, it seems pretty cool. Do you like Jujutsu Kaisen, and what's your favorite part about it? Thank you guys for watching, and let me know which anime show I should react to next, with its opening and its memes. Thank you guys!